They can hit like 1 in 20 maybe, but yeah, most of them get through.
The Patriot missiles is the ones that I remember back during Desert Storm and all that. They used to have them, and like even during Desert Storm, man, freaking those Patriot missiles, freaking they fired them sucker. They fire those old outdated missiles up from Iraq, man, and they took them down, big as shit. So.
Well, do you remember that attack that was it Iran that shot missiles at Israel, and they shot like I can't remember how many thousands of missiles at a time, and they just overwhelmed their system.
Who's that?
And the only thing that they hit was their own people.
You got to share your audio.
Well, it was more of a show of capability, I think, than an actual attack.
No, it just demonstrated that Iran couldn't hit a duck in a couldn't hit a barn in a couldn't hit a barn.
See, if you was an American, you would be able to freaking say cool stuff, like
okay,
you know what I mean, like, and Mr. Robot does that too. You guys like take sayings that are supposed to be American and you just like ruin them and shit. He said that one about if it looks like a duck. The actual saying is if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, it's a fucking duck.
And it flies like a duck.
Yeah. Okay. Now the broadside of a barn is what Mark Edworthy is. They couldn't hit a freaking a beam off or something off of a broadside of a barn. But you guys are horrible. I swear, you British and colonials, you know.
Excuse me while I go piss like a racehorse.
yeah, there you go, dude. See, I love it. Get with it. Okay, who wants to talk about the Catholic Pope?
All right, we can do it. Or should we save it for next time? It's been a long stream.
Well, I mean, he's dead.
We might as well do it now because it's not going to be news next time.
Right, and I can pop in the link and just do the videos because there's only 2 videos on YouTube to share.
The 2 I gave you.
And I can get it in, and it's a British chick. I know how much Mark likes British chicks. She's all sophisticated and
I like British chicks.
Okay. So let me screen share real quick, and I can do the audio and everything, and we can have it set up to where it looks all hot and sexy because she is a sexy mama. Look at that, Mark.
I can't remember who it was now.
Okay. Let's make sure that it's viewable. Can you guys see that?
No, I can still see your.
I got a.
Are we looking at Mr. Robot's screen?
Oh, okay, yeah, he's got it.
I'm unsharing it. Hold on a second. There we go.
Okay. Now, can you guys? Is that it?
No, we still see. No, we see me.
Okay, let me come back in here and reshare again real quick. And this will have the audio too. So can you see that?
No, not yet.
What the hell? They are just really being assholes.
The aliens.
Yeah, them too.
Who's that homeless guy on the stream?
Oh, he got so bad, dude. I had to finally just stop it. Like it was.
Look at his face.
Mr. Robot.
Sorry, I just captured you at a funny moment there.
Okay, let me. All right. So, you guys have anything to say there?
Well, I agree with them on the point of Lamy. a small digger at the UK government is full of the cabinet's full of idiots. But oh, okay. I don't know.
I found it interesting that he was the first Jesuit pope in history, and traditionally the Jesuits weren't meant to be popes. They acted more as like the military arm of the Pope, and historically their mandate was that they wouldn't what's the word? They wouldn't adhere to any laws other than the God's will, which was basically what the Pope said. And so
also,
don't know what to make of that, but it was interesting.
The second Pope that wasn't a European.
Yeah.
The second Pope that he was Latin America. It was not Venezuela. Can't remember where he was from, but the second Pope in the history that wasn't a European.
Now, I could be wrong about this, but I remember too, Mr. Robot's good at history, so he can correct me on this if I'm wrong. But the Jesuits actually had a lot of turmoil in history concerning the Orthodox Catholic Church, because I believe they were expelled from the church at one point, and then really it was a miracle that they were actually accepted back into it because of their beliefs. But isn't that right, Mr. Robot?
I'm not sure. I vaguely remember that, but I'm looking it up now.
Like back during the Middle Ages, I know they had a falling out with the actual church because of their belief systems, and they were actually discommunicated from the church. So it is a miracle that
1767. The Jesuits were expelled from the church in 1773 when Pope Clement issued a brief Dominus officially suppressing the Society of Jesus, which was what the Jesuits were called. This decision followed a series of expulsions from various countries and their colonies starting in 1759, including Portugal, France, Naples, Malta, Parma, and the Spanish Empire, and Austria and Hungary in 1782. The suppression was due to a combination of factors, including political tensions with European monarchies, accusation of involvement in politics, and conflicts over the Jesuits' role and influence within the Catholic Church.
Which brings us on nicely to the two big white elephants in the room.
Yeah.
First, his views on abortion, which was against the views of the Catholic Church, and he also on the Gospels, and his views on gay or LGBT rights, or recognising gays.
Yeah.
And mind you, he was also bum buddies with the WEF, as far as I know. He did a talk at Davos at one point. So yeah, it's unknown what level of involvement he had with that whole globalist agenda. Do we know who the new pope's going to be yet?
No.
They have to have that. They were talking about it in the video. I forgot the name of it, but
5 days after the funeral.
They gather together, and all the people that he selected to be on his cabinet have to decide who the next pope's going to be.
Yeah, but it's been argued that everybody that is not elected. What's the word? What's the more appropriate word? Not elected.
Selected.
selected, yeah, have fairly what we would call woke views,
Yeah.
modernist views, that's to say.
I'm surprised neither one of, or at least Robot, I'm surprised you guys didn't even talk about the Knights of Malta.
Okay, we really looking at modern
How is it
day.
related to this?
Jesuit.
Yeah, how is that related to modern day? Okay.
I'm talking about the Jesuit order. That's actually something that I thought was pretty interesting when I did my research.
Aren't they more Masonic?
Yeah, kind of. They're more piratey than what they are Masonic. They you could say yeah they are Masonic, but they do have their roots in the pirates too. Like they're more piratey. They rebelled against the Catholic Church and basically became an organized pirate ring.
I haven't been to Malta, but I've been to some of the islands around there, and I actually got to go investigate some of the old castles of the Knights Hospitalier and stuff like that. I took some good photos of it too. And they were like tangentially related to the Crusaders, right?
Yeah,
Templars. Yeah.
Yep.
The Templars, yeah.
Very, very interesting. And then what's his name that you got? I keep forgetting his name. He's the one that came. Don Brown. You know.
Dan Brown.
Dan Brown. Yeah. He made those books, man, and everybody knows about freaking the Templars and the freaking Knights of Malta. And
the issue that is going to happen is because France has created a sort of precedent when it comes to things like abortion and gay rights. Then and more than likely we are going to see a more progressive Pope coming up. That's going to really, that could potentially do real damage to the more orthodox communities, especially in Latin America and in Africa.
Well, I mean, how much more progressive or woke can you get than freaking meeting with LGBTQ or a week before you die, dude?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like his last meetings involved meeting with homosexual organizations.
I know.
I've heard a few people say this is potentially the last pope, or like, you know, the Catholic Church is in decline and stuff like that.
If you want a conspiracy theory, according to certain sects, he has ushered in the end times. This is the beginning of the Book of Revelations.
Well, that's been around forever. That's why Brown.
Yeah,
this actually fits up with his book perfectly, because you remember the last freaking movie he came out with, don't you? Where freaking it was all about the Catholic Church and the attempt to assassinate the Pope. It all fits into his book. Now, one thing too.
Some would call that karma.
One thing that stood out to me too, if you take a look at him now, it could be me. I understand he is 88 years old, or he was.
Yeah.
Right? But
see how puffy his face was at the end there?
That's what I'm getting ready to say. That doesn't he look a lot older than what he did when he took the freaking position as Pope, man. He looked actually like he was still virile. You know what I mean? He actually
people
well, see, that's a clear sign of circulatory failure. When you get hypertension, that's when you get all like edema, they call it. It's when like water goes into your tissues, and he's clearly got that in his face. You can see it.